everyone, this is Greyshot17
and Greyshot151 here.
And today we're talking about Ralph Breaks the Internet and giving a review on it.
Yes, the long-awaited sequel to Wreck-It Ralph, the surprise hit from 2012
that we
should
both
have
won Best Picture, not Brave, because I believe Brave.
Oh my god, yeah, that easily was the way better film.
I have no clue how or why that movie won that year, but in any case, it did.
Because it was Pixar, that's why.
Yeah, you know. But in any case,
it's
fair, funny, they make a joke about Pixar.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Maybe this was like a little bit of salt in the wound there. But in any case, Ralph is back with Vanellope, and the two are out to save Vanellope's game after an incident causes, well, let's just say the game is inoperable for a short period of time.
Yeah.
Therefore, they venture out into the internet to
save Penelope's game.
Vanellope,
sorry.
Yes.
But, yeah, this movie... Okay, I had high expectations for it. He had no expectations for it.
It's not that I didn't have no expectation. I was just like, it could be good. It was like,
yeah.
I'm sold. The trailer was funny.
Here's the
thing.
This movie, I had high expectations. This movie crushed my expectations. I had high expectations for My Hero. I was slightly disappointed. That's why I had a lower score. This movie, like, shot straight up. And... every time I would think, oh, it's going to do this, or, oh, I know what's going on. It doesn't.
Can we first explain the first movie? We are both obviously gamers.
Yes.
I mean, if you're in the site, you realize how much content
But it had so much heart to it.
It had a ton of heart, but it also knew how to reference the medium it was in, which was video games. Made a lot of smart references. This movie keeps that up, and it doesn't just repeat the formula. There are definitely things that occur in the first movie that their essence, it's like almost a shadow of what happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the similar themes here and there. Otherwise, it is totally different.
Yeah.
And it's honestly better for it. Again, no spoilers, but it is a very
There are certain
very
characters you want more of, but that being said, the new characters such as Gal Gadot's Shank is really good. Like, Gal Gadot, again, does a fantastic job. And everyone else that they put in here as well for new actors.
Not only that, but the references they have, or in regards to the spoofs, like they have, obviously they're on the internet. So you're going to see your Googles, you're going to see your Facebooks, your Twitters, all of them, your eBays, your Amazons. But you also see
this has so much more depth with those companies and those different things, so it doesn't feel like advertisement like, let's say, Emoji Movie. It feels like a fully fledged out world.
What I will also say is it knows how to tell a good joke featuring the thing that it involves in, compared to like a lot of spoofs. They're just like, we'll just reference it. That's the joke. It's like, no, you need to actually have a good joke with this. And for this movie, there are plenty. Yeah. And we're not going to ruin
and it's funny because you think one-off jokes it's just a one-off joke, and they'll come back and be like, oh my god.
Yeah. It really works in regards to just how you search the internet. Just be like, these people that run around and there's spam that pops up, and like there's these little things that just makes you like, if this was actually the case, like, it just makes you realize, like, the reference for, like, meme culture, or you reference it with regards to movies or, like, past things that just, if you've ever been on the internet, you'll know what this movie's talking about, or you know what it's referencing.
If you don't, it's going to go over your head, but almost this is one of the few movies where every single joke hit me dead on, and a lot of them made me laugh, bust out laughing in a movie theater. This movie is hilarious. If you know about the culture, if you know about memes, if you know about video games, there's some great laughs. Like, of course, Sonic is the person who knows about the internet before anyone else.
Yeah.
I wonder why Sonic would know about the internet.
Oh, he knows all the places on the web, the dark web especially. Let me tell you. DeviantArt is where he spends most of his time.
Yeah. Also, I believe almost every single voice actor for the princesses is from their movies. I want to say so, because Mulan I know for sure.
It can't be Snow White.
Frozen, stuff like, of course Snow White. But
I'm just saying.
But I'm just saying, like, a majority of them.
I actually recognized the voice actress for one of them.
And that would be?
No. It was just like, I think it was like Cinderella or Sleeping Beauty. I recognized her voice because I recognized her voice from like video games. Or like other animated.
Yeah,
like,
she is from video games. I was like, yes.
I recognized that voice because obviously you can't get the original. But still,
no, really? she was in the okay, I know this, don't ask me how, but she was in the animated, like, direct to DVD.
She was, oh god,
that's why.
That explains a lot. But no. The trailer did show that there are like Disney cameos, and they do like Marvel. They do which we won't spoil. They
a lot
do,
of their own properties.
Yeah,
a lot. There's a lot of really good ones.
They also have the Disney princesses, which do have a good laugh.
Should we kindly focus on the two main leads?
Yes.
John C. Reilly's Wreck-It Ralph and Sarah Silverman's Vanellope.
Yeah, we talk about...
Because they have way more depth than they have any right to in this movie, and have more internal struggle than a movie about essentially a rip-off Donkey Kong and a rip-off Mario Kart.
Yeah. No, it was a very, very touching story between the two, and it's one that actually, like, a lot of stories just they go from A to B and it goes like full circle. And in this case, no, it's like it is a story. There is a point that it starts and a point that it ends, and it's different and it's refreshing.
You think that something like, okay, so you think that it's going to be a simple, oh, you want this to this, and it's funny because you think that's the main plot, but it's not. That's not the main issue. Another thing's the main issue, and then you're like, oh, okay. Wow. All right. But in any case, it's great with hiding hidden depth and then releasing that, and you're like, oh, that's where we're going.
Okay. Yeah, because I honestly didn't know where this movie was going, and I was happy that I didn't know. So we're not going to spoil it for you.
Yeah.
Go see it if you have any interest.
Go see it. So you may be wondering, so also, animation, beautiful, fantastic. It's gorgeous. This movie is
creative.
Gorgeously creative.
Very creative, especially when it comes to the jokes involving what they've created.
Yeah.
Like, there's just these little bots that basically are imitations of the internet browser that's behind them. That's how the TSA finds you, or the NSA finds you. They know it's just like, well, we're looking for this one guy. There's the little bot. No. But it's very creative in regards to that. It's creative in regards to like eBay, how it's like an auction house and like it's all broken up in different parts. It's very much of they storyboarded. Okay, we're gonna go to this location. What would be not like the most accurate, but what would be the funniest way to represent this place? And they do it, and it's cool.
Can I also just say, also the score, pretty good. I would say not like memorable. Like there wasn't a song I'm like, oh, that was catchy, except for one, which is spoilers.
Yeah.
But the song I think was fine. Like it wasn't fantastic. But that's the only thing I can say it's bad. The performances are great. The animation's fantastic. It's gorgeous. It's creative. The story is something that I honestly thoroughly enjoyed. It's funny. It's comedic. It's touching. This is what I wanted an anime movie to be. This is what the polar opposite of The Grinch is. Not because... Oh, yeah, I saw that. Not because The Grinch is a bad movie. It's just so average and dull that this movie just shines above it.
This one has a great message. This one has great animation.
Yeah.
It doesn't leave you bored. It keeps you entertained.
Yep.
It's... Again, if we're going to go to scores... Like, I was leaning to a 9... But the message hit so good and perfectly.
I asked him, like, can you name any weakness?
And I can't.
The only thing you say, it's different from the first movie, how it's structured.
There's like a minor plot thing here or there.
If you want the exact same movie from the first movie, you will not get that. But if you want something that is
new, refreshing, and it has a new message. Again, I this sounds completely stupid.
Yeah.
And go with me here. But like, I'm sure there's going to be thousands of people that watch Wreck-It Ralph and Wreck-It Ralph 2 and are like, this movie was made like with me in mind, which it wasn't. You were not in any way, shape, or form considered. But for like me with Wreck-It Ralph, I was like, it's like the end sequence when he's falling is like one of my top moments of like all film. Like that moment spoke to me. Even though I'm not like a bad person, I just like, I really got invested with that. This one has one that touched home, like, that stuck the landing, and while I didn't cry, I was just like, God dang it, movie.
It hit me like few
it lands a solid punch, and you are reeling. So
we're giving this movie a 10.
Yeah, it gets a 10.
Yeah, 10 out of fucking 10. I can't think.
There's only one thing that caused the audience to moan, and that's going to be a timing issue.
Yeah, that's a really big, like, oh, I really wish that wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
But, okay, so Anyway, let's get to spoilers.
Spoilers.
First off, character he's mentioning Stan Lee.
Stan Lee makes a cameo. You just see him, but you're like
next to the Marvel exhibit, and you're just like, the crowd made an audible. It was just.
It was again. I guarantee you, he was like, all for it. I'd love to be in the movie. Sounds like a great idea. Like,
second, I just realized that apparently the guy who played King Candy has voice actors knows more, which I'm like, oh, nice. They gave him another role because he was so good. He is so good in the first movie. And that's the problem with this movie for possibly some people is the fact there isn't a overarching villain. But the thing
first
is,
one had a fantastic
it's personal.
Villain. Yeah,
it's literally a personal journey because the whole issue is Penelope not feeling as if she belongs in her game because she feels like it's the same rut in the mill. She wants something more.
Yep.
So Ralph tries to help, breaks the game. They go into the internet, try to fix it, and the more and more she is trying to fix her own game, the more she realizes she doesn't want to go back.
Yeah.
And that journey and Ralph's like, no, you have to go back, and she's like, no, it's fine. They were without me for so long, and it's that inner turmoil of Ralph not wanting to let go that causes this because of another virus.
Again, this is a person that he uses her as a crutch.
Yeah.
Which, dear God, like it's like in regard to, like they hit it hard, and you're like. It's not that he's a bad guy. He just like it's very much letting friends go.
Yeah.
And that's a very hard message to sell to kids, let alone adults. Like every person, I guarantee, has a friend that they care for a lot that has had to go because of school, because of jobs, because of work, because of family, because of illness, because of whatever. They had to leave. And yes, it's a very emotional sequence, but again, this movie makes the note: a real friend doesn't stop being your friend when they leave. That just there's just still a bond there.
Yeah.
And how it ends with the two still doing different things, but also pushing Ralph. He has to learn to get out of his comfort zone to stop focusing on Vanellope, which is he's been using Vanellope essentially as, hey, you're like this one person I focus on because you're like, you basically helped me in the first movie. And it's kind of like overindulging on that. Well, Vanellope was, I've now broken out of the game, but she still wants something more. And it's like these two realize, like, going their separate ways, but still coming back together at the end in their own unique way, which was perfect.
There's only a small nitpick I have is Fix-It Felix Jr. and his, I guess, now wife, Sergeant Tamara. Calhoun?
They're very, very short in the movie, but they do leave an impression.
They're really great, and they have a couple good jokes, but they were so good in the first one. I want more of them.
You know what I just realized? This movie didn't have a short.
That's also another thing I would have issue because I was waiting for it.
I guarantee it was the Frozen thing.
And the Frozen thing probably made him be like, okay, maybe shorts. Okay, let's just calm down with the shorts for just this one. That being said, there is one thing about this film that, again, speaking with shorts, you know why Wreck-It Ralph also probably stuck with you a lot more? What was the short in Wreck-It Ralph?
Paperman.
Paperman was the short.
Dang it, they didn't do Paperman 2.
They didn't. Paperman was a short in Wreck-It Ralph. That's why also you remember that, because that short is fantastic.
It is. It is such a beautiful little short.
And it's sad you don't get a short with this because I was waiting for it. But unfortunately, you don't. I would say that is a gripe I have. But that being said, this movie is like 2 hours, so this is like a pretty long animated film.
But it flows. Like, you don't get bored. There's a ton of jokes, new areas, new things. And whether you're an adult, a kid, whatever, you're going to like this movie.
Can I also state for the record, I love the
Unless you're the guy living under a rock.
So for those who watch the trailer and they might watch this movie and they'd be like, oh, there was that scene. They literally at the end, I'm like, oh, there was that cat scene. I guess they didn't show it because of backlash.
I guess they took it out.
Yeah.
I'm imagining Disney was like, oh no, you caused a rabbit to explode. We can't have that in the movie.
Yeah.
Turns out, end of the movie shows up.
And literally the little girl's like, Mommy, and she's like, how was the film? It was good, but there was a scene that was in the trailer that wasn't in the movie, and she's like, oh, well. And then literally it cuts to that scene.
Go play to your favorite game, honey.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
it's the bunny game. And you're just like, oh, yes. And the entire thing, like, we know what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
But it doesn't matter. It was just as funny.
It's so...
Because you have the buildup of being like, it's not going to be in this movie.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden... Here you go.
You see, this is how you do it, Marvel.
Yeah.
This is how you do it when you put it in the trailer. Because, like, this one was, like, the perfect...
Not Marvel, Sony. Sony's notorious.
Marvel did it with Ant-Man.
What are you talking about?
Ant-Man and the Wasp. The end shot
Oh.
of the bug on the drums was in the
Sony's
trailer.
notorious for having the final shot in the movie, like the Spider-Man swing be like that.
Or Venom. Yeah, no, it's bad. But no, this one I quite enjoyed.
Yeah.
It was like, plus it's a joke that you could watch it. I could watch that joke 10 times and I would still bust a gut laughing because
that kid scream.
Dark. The kids scream, the dark humor. You're just like, you know, the bunny regenerated, but it's just like, oh.
Yeah, but that being said, also, so yeah, go see this film. But if you're still going to stick around, prepare for a rapid fire review of all the movies we've seen that I've just failed to upload because I've been too damn busy. So, first off, The Grinch, 5 out of 10. Great animation, decent voice actor work, for especially from the side characters. Problem, that story sucks. It's not as good as the original animation or even the Jim Carrey version. It's so generic that I just give it a 5 out of 10. Next, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody, I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10. It's not historically accurate, but it's still a ton of fun. Don't go in it if you really follow the characters' motives, but all the actors do a great job, and while it's a generic kind of story, it's still a feel-good kind of story, and you'll really enjoy it. Plus, the music is obviously fantastic.
All right, Overlord.
That one gets a solid 8.
Yeah.
8 out of 10.
It's
solid World War II action. If you like B movies, you're going to love this one. It's got Nazi kind of zombie creature things, some excellent plots, some great characters. You're going to like it. Go see it.
It's great.
So on the list of movies, go see Wreck-It Ralph, then jump into Overlord, then jump into Bohemian Rhapsody. And when your kid is, having seizures because she's scared out of her mind,
throw her into the Grinch.
Throw into the Grinch, and you'll be all fine once you return to the wife. And let's be honest, the only person that would take their kid to that would be a parent who's just like, yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and Castlevania Season 2, just throw that in there. Just drop it at like a 9 out of 10 on there.
Yeah, honestly, 9 out of 10. Like, it's so good.
It's so freaking good. But in any case, this has been Greyshot17.
And Greyshot151.
And what are we seeing next?
Probably Creed.
Probably Creed 2.
Yeah.
So expect us to go into the ring next time.
Later, guys.
Hello everyone, and before I go, I have a special shout out for Patreon supporters Ace, Joey, Mezro, jrchicklis, JustThomasPlays, Matthew Leppen, Ollie, Onlyplayapples, Rifle, Sam Smith, sgtMcPain, Streakingwookie, WhiteHotD, Aaron Yee, Jordan Savat, Leo Liu, Michael Persson, Nathan Angus, RASpawn, and Tim. Thank you guys so much for your awesome support. You all rock. This has been Greyshot17. I'll see you all next time.